Chin tuck boxing, baby.
Yep, you know what time it is, man. This is, of course, your favorite channel, man, CTB. It's Chin Tuck Boxing. I'm your boy, Jay Say. So what up to him, man?
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, definitely. Man, today you tuned into a topic we've been talking about behind the scenes for a minute. The two guys on the same card, at least Wilder and Joshua fighting on the same night, if you want to call that a win. But apparently, Joshua is fighting, this is rumor now, apparently Joshua's fighting Otto Wallin and Wilder's supposed to be fighting Joseph Parker, man. These guys, man, they're taking risks, man. I'm kind of skeptical on both of these guys making it out unscathed with this, man. They're using these fights for warm-ups, bro.
Yeah, they're both risky fights. I think they both will be favored in the fight. But like you said, you want the Joshua and Wilder fight. We've been wanting this fight for over 5 years, I know. That, and I think even though they both are lost, we still clamoring for that fight. So to see them fight on the same card and risk losing is bittersweet, because I think it's a pretty good card. I think they both fighting formidable opponents. I think Wallin is a good opponent, and I think Parker's a good opponent. If you ask me which fight is more dangerous, I would probably go with the Wallin fight, because I think fundamentally he has a lot of good boxing skills. Maybe not the power, but for Joshua, who's more methodical and stiff, he may have a problem with a guy that can move around the ring and outbox him and outpoint him. As long as he can stay out of trouble with that power, he might can pull off a decision upset. You know what I'm saying? For Parker, it's kind of the same situation, but he gonna have to duck Wilder power for 12 whole rounds, which we'll see if he can do without getting clipped. So, his chances of doing that is slim compared to, Wallin's chances of boxing around the ring and just outpointing Joshua. So it'll be interesting. I'm gonna watch the card. I think it's a pretty decent card, but I wish those guys could fight next.
Real quick though, playing devil's advocate though, to be honest, Otto Wallin got the duck Joshua power for 12 rounds too. Joshua ain't ain't pillow fisted, dog.
No, he ain't pillow fisted, but Wallin been in there with some good fighters, and he held his own. So I think
really?
that he been there with Fury. Fury.
He cut Fury up pretty bad. He did cut Fury
him up pretty bad. And Fury, even though he's not a power puncher, because of how big he is, he still can knock you out and put you out of there.
I don't know, man. I don't think he cracking harder than AJ though. It's debatable. I don't think Fury hitting harder than AJ.
Not quite as hard as AJ, but I think that Wallin showed that. I think in fighting Fury, they gave him confidence in fighting against a Wilder or a Joshua or so forth. So I don't think he gonna go in there feeling like, I'm just trying to get paid, or I don't think I can win, or the odds. I think he really think he can win that fight. Maybe Parker be the same way, but I just feel like with Parker, it's gonna be hard for him not to get clipped. But like you said, Wilder gonna have to be on his game too. You know what I'm saying, with Parker, because he's a formidable opponent too. So it's gonna be interesting. But as a boxing fan, I think we all want both of them to win, because we want to see that Joshua and Wilder fight.
Yeah, after watching Joshua struggle a little bit with Laney's, man, it made me real skeptical about that Otto Wallin fight. I think Otto Wallin is southpaw as well. I think he's a southpaw too, so he's tricky as fuck. He threw a lot of punches. And he kind of got that Andy Ruiz where he like to get inside because he's shorter. So he like to get inside, throw a lot of punches and bunches. He don't hit as hard as I don't think he hits as hard as Andy Ruiz do. But I know he probably not as fast as Andy Ruiz, but footwork wise, I think he has better footwork than Andy Ruiz does. So AJ, man, that's a tall task. I know they're looking for a formidable opponent with a name, so that's why they picked Wallin. But I think Eddie Hearn is probably setting them up again for somebody he think. I don't know, man. To me, I feel like Eddie Hearn don't be really doing his homework on boxing when he's picking these opponents, man. I feel like he need to be picking guys who has a name that he believe because of that name and how they look. AJ shit blew through him. He's not really researching the styles and you know what I'm saying? He don't have no matchmakers, man. Yeah, he's not a good matchmaker.
To me, the king of matchmaking is Bob Aaron. I think he's the king of matchmaking. But like you said, when it comes to what's his name? Goddamn, I can't think of his name right now. Eddie Hearn. When it comes to Eddie Hearn, matchmaking, you sometimes got to scratch your head with him, because you kind of like, what are you thinking? Because you got a lot of money on the line. Now, I know what they're doing, because they're doing what a lot of people been doing. They doing a double up, and pretty much they gonna make the bag. Cause they over there, in the Saudi, they playing that big money, man. And so they probably getting maybe $15-20 million.
And they said they ain't gonna pay. They ain't paying for this anything either, too. I think they probably put Eddie Hearn to the fire too. Like, we ain't paying for no warm up opponent either. You gotta fight somebody credible. That's probably that's what they're telling them.
Yeah, so if he can get that big paycheck from them 2 times, but like I said, Wilder and Joshua probably gonna make. I throw a number out there, $15-20 million to fight Parker and Wallin, and if they can win that fight, they probably got a $40, $45, $50 million a piece for the fight for them to fight over there because they playing that big money. So I get what they was doing, but like you said, Eddie Hearns is kind of playing with fire with this matchmaking because these are some risky fights.
Chin tucked boxing, baby.